Welcome back, guys. Probably the most unthinkable thing of all time happened. Tiger won the Masters.
Wow. I thought you were talking about
Majors.
something else because that wasn't unthinkable. That was going to happen.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that it was unthinkable. As a fan, I hoped it was going to happen.
Oh, I called it.
I just didn't know when it was going to happen.
I should have placed $85,000 down.
I don't think you have $85,000.
Could have won $1.2 million.
But, no, I think he wins it. It's his fifth green jacket. His first major since 08.
Yeah.
A guy that's probably been through the worst 10 years that anybody's ever been through.
Greatest comeback in sports.
I think so, yeah. I think career comeback-wise. I don't know, comeback. I think 3-1 by the Cavs was the greatest.
All right. Well, you knew what?
I'm saying career comeback. For a player, yes. Look, he's a favorite to win all the next ones. I don't see that happening.
That's probably not
We talked
gonna
about,
happen.
we already know he's probably going to win U.S. Open. We said Phil. Just because he knows Pebble Beach like the back of his hand. Even though
He played
Tiger,
well.
Tiger's, yeah, Phil did play good. If it wasn't for maybe Koepka in the red, I think a little bit getting yips. I think Koepka probably could have won.
But Koepka makes the putt on 18.
It makes it a completely different.
Yeah.
It makes it a completely different thing for Tiger.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's fine. I think the red for Tiger's back down because I think everybody knows he really can win. Get him in the final group on a Sunday in a major, and he'll probably win it every time.
Dangerous.
It's crazy.
Love it.
Very experienced.
But
You hear him
especially in
talking
that golf,
and-
we talked about it. We said if he could put a complete round together, we talked about months ago. There was only one place he could really do it at, and that was like at Augusta, and he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, he knew that place, and he played it like he knew it.
Right, and I think that's the I don't know what the word is, but like the thing he has over the younger guys is that he's far more experienced.
Well, dude, and the fact that every single person watching him Sunday wanted him to win. So
Even
yeah.
some of the other golfers,
Well,
Yeah.
everybody they were like in awe of him. They're like, wow, this is so
Yeah.
cool. So like, dude, as a golfer now, I'd be like, shit, where do I
Dude,
go?
could you imagine after playing in that final group with him, just knowing that every time you hit a bad shot, the whole crowd's gonna cheer?
Yeah.
Man, dude, I would
They
just be
want
so
it to-
put down. Like, wow, why should I even try?
I was cheering. You know.
Yeah,
I was hyped.
I
I
wanted
loved it.
I wanted Molinari to go in the water.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing better.
Yeah.
I treated, like I said, I've never felt happier for a single person in my life.
Right.
Oh, dude, it was the happiest day of my life.
It was like for Tiger, it was like the monkeys off his back,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean he's at 15 now. I know it's early. Let's not talk about it, but he is 3 away.
Mm-hmm.
Still got some work. to
I've
do.
always thought though if he could win one, he could maybe win another one.
I could see him winning 3 within the next 2 years.
I think he has 2 to 3 years to really tear
Try
it.
it,
As
yeah.
long as he's healthy, he has 2 to 3 years to really tear it up.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Who knows?
18 is gonna be tough. Yesterday, Russell Wilson had put his deadline down for the Seahawks to get his contract done.
Kind of held him at ransom.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
I don't
hey,
know how
I'll be
true.
down.
I don't know how true he was to that.
Right.
But he got a big deal. 4 years, $140 million, $107 million guaranteed, $65 million signing bonus.
Mm.
Makes him the highest paid player in the NFL.
Well, I mean, if there's gonna be someone, it should be Russell
I think-
Wilson, who
I
runs
think he
around
deserves it.
probably the
I think
worst
he deserves
offensive
it.
line in the league.
Oh,
In a
I'm
team
not
that
mad,
primarily runs the ball.
Yeah.
No, I feel great for him. I think it's deserving. Now, though, if you're the Seahawks, where do you move on? Because now everybody that pays their quarterbacks, it's like, well, they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Right.
Yeah, they're kind of screwed because they don't have all that money to spend for someone else.
Right.
Exactly. But no, I think if there's a guy that deserves it, it's Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm not mad about it.
no, I think it's a great
So,
deal. I mean, you have to pay him. You couldn't let him walk.
Right.
Hopefully they'll be able to get some help.
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, I think they were very surprised last year making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that he made his announcement, I mean, there's no better way.
No.
In bed with your wife.
Did you see the what his teammates did?
Yeah, his teammates
Yeah,
did
they
the
did the same thing.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
that was funny.
Those guys.
Those guys are crazy.
No surprise, Zion goes pro.
Yeah, I was just waiting on that to happen.
Let's be real here. He's going to be the number 1 pick. He's going to be the best player in 5 years. We don't know that.
Well, you had something to say prior to us starting this video, so you can go ahead and say it right now.
No, I think he's going to be the 3rd best player out of this draft.
And the first 2 being,
I think RJ Barrett
I agree.
and then John Morant.
Yeah.
Because Zion's athletic,
Mm-hmm.
but can he shoot?
No.
I don't know.
Dude,
Consistently.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
You know what I
believe
mean? If he had a consistent jump shot, I'd be like, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think his jump shot, it was like, his jump shot was worse than LeBron's coming in.
Yeah. Dude, but what's crazy is 5 years down the road, neither one of those three might be the best out of this draft class. That's
you never
crazy.
know.
I think they're all gonna be successful though. So
Well, I don't know. I don't think we've ever seen a 1 and 2 pick like either of them pan out to be like the better player. So that's
Right.
crazy.
But I mean, I feel like Ja and RJ Barrett are just more suited for the NBA now and how the game is played now. And Zion is
Zion's more of just an inside threat. You know, he's gonna get his.
He only spins
but
left.
it's a lot of force.
He's
though.
gonna
A lot
get
of
his.
force.
Don't get me wrong, but his team might not be that great just because he's only
Well,
can attack one direction.
He's gonna have a lot of hype too. So can he
Yeah.
live up to it? I don't know. Did they get Yips in the tournament for Duke? Maybe. You know.
You said yips twice this podcast.
My new word. That's my new word. All right.
Yeah, go ahead. I wanted to talk about the Lightning.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
How they lost?
How they
with the best.
one of the
regular
best
season,
hockey
yeah.
teams ever.
They choked.
And they got
And
swept.
they got
didn't
swept.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they were one of the best records.
Yeah.
Didn't
But
they
it's
have
on paper
the
they
most
had
regular season wins? In
Yeah,
This
something
year
like
they did.
that.
Yeah, they had the
Yeah.
President's
and
Trophy.
like the best. Yeah, they had the President's Trophy, and there was a bunch of stuff they were saying like about teams like haven't been that good since the '70s or like these stats that they had, but
And they got
They
they
swept.
got swept. Dude.
There-
Like it's
there
not
was
like
two
they went
sweeps- there
Game
was two
7,
sweeps in the
right?
NHL.
Yeah, but it's not like they went to a Game 7. They got literally swept.
And
And
the
I was-
first two were at their own play.
Right. Yeah, and I was listening to them talk about it, and it was like just everything that they had done good in the regular season,
They just did.
they
terrible.
just didn't do well. The other team did better than them. So yeah, I think if we're gonna talk about something, we need to talk about that because
They got the yips.
they got the freaking yips.
Yeah.
Dude, what's going on?
I don't know.
It's contagious.
These teams are crazy. All right, back to NBA. Magic quit his job. I was very surprised about this one. I think
Yeah, it
this
was
happened. I
random.
think like as soon as we got done, like later that night.
Yeah, it was last week about this time.
I think it's single-handedly biggest, dumbest job done by a person ever.
Yeah, it just
It's like I don't know. It's so dumb. So dumb.
Well-
just because you couldn't fire the head coach and the GM,
Right.
you're gonna quit your job. I like the theory of Kobe. We'll talk about that later, but I'll get your guys' thoughts.
Well, I was listening again. I was listening to somebody talk about this, and what the Lakers are doing of this like archaic like family
yeah,
like running the
Mom and
show.
pop shop.
Yeah. So like, it's time for them to kind of get out of that and
Yeah.
do what the other teams are doing.
well, and they talk about Rob Pelinka, and that's what he wants to do is like get them up to the par of like today and like
Right.
scouting and because they're behind everybody. Because I heard a few months ago that they were not elite in the front office compared to other teams, and this makes sense. And Magic, I guess didn't always work as hard and didn't do the.
Did
time
you
that
know what he
needed
said?
to
He
do.
just wanted to have fun.
Well,
that
I
was
mean,
that was his reason.
and
For
it's-
quitting or getting the job?
for quitting.
for quitting. It's
Yeah.
Magic. He's a big star. He likes to be able to go to numerous games, not
Right.
just the Lakers.
And he I think he shot a text to Ben Simmons one time and got fined for tampering.
Yeah.
And he couldn't text or tweet out Russ when he had the 2020, and he couldn't go to Dwayne Wade's thing. But that's Magic, though. Magic is the star, the smile. That's who he is.
Right.
And nowadays, people don't know him, like our younger generation, they don't know him as the basketball player. They know him as the Dodgers part owner, a guy that's very good at business, and that's about it. And he's from Michigan, like where we grew up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that's basically all we
Yeah,
have.
I don't know. It all came back, and then what was it? The same day, or like 2 days after Luke Walton got
Yeah, it
let
was
go?
over the weekend. Well, he wanted to fire Luke Walton.
Yeah.
The reports were Luke Walton was going to get fired that
Right.
night after.
But how about the Kings for the
The
pickup?
King,
right away?
yeah, they're immediately.
Yeah,
The
that's-
Kings-
That's
the
great.
Kings fired their coach knowing Luke
That they're
Walton was going to
Luke
get
Walton,
fired.
Yeah, and that's literally, I think that's a great pickup.
Oh, it's tremendous. And he's going into a way better situation
Yeah,
right now.
A young team
Yeah.
that's on the rise
Yes.
instead of a bunch of young dudes.
They have
that are
two
not
of
doing
the
very well.
great young players,
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox and Bagley, and Buddy Hield,
Buddy Hield,
who's
too.
slowly getting
Yeah.
there. He's
Willie-
not there, Xander, but he's slowly getting there.
Willie Cauley-Stein's pretty decent.
Yeah. They have a good young
De'Aaron
team.
Fox is one of my favorite.
Yeah,
players.
He's
He's
so
like
fast.
Swiper,
He's so
swiper.
fast. I think Bagley is kind of like a young. If you look at Bagley and you look at Fox, it's a young Westbrook and a young Durant.
Right. Yeah,
Because he
I agree
really-
with that.
You can
Yeah.
call Bagley a Durant.
Yeah.
He's an offensive. I mean,
He's
maybe
a
not
big
the
man
same
that's-
par as Durant,
Yeah.
but
But he's
like
there.
he's
He
offensive
could be.
scorer.
He will
That's a
definitely
big
be
guy.
there someday,
Yeah.
I think. And Fox is like athletic.
Fox
As
is nuts. Yeah.
Westbrook was.
No, absolutely. He's just not. He's probably just not as strong. And
No,
forceful,
he
but-
will be. They will be there though.
Yeah, he'll get there for sure.
I mean, Bagley was supposed to be in college this year.
Right. Yeah. No.
you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
so he's a young kid still.
Yeah.
But no, I think the Lakers right now. I think they're going to try to make the Cavs of the West. Maybe smart, maybe not.
Well, who do you see getting
Yeah,
picked
who
up
do-
as their head
who do we
coach?
think?
Their head coach.
Ty Lue's what I heard.
That's
Well,
right.
it's either,
too.
I guess Monty Williams is their number one option
Okay.
from what I see. But if the 76ers do poorly, the talk sort of Brett Brown gets fired at the 76ers and Monty Williams gets that job. He more likely prefers that job.
Right.
But I think, and from what I saw and everything, I guess Ty Lue's an elite coach in the NBA.
Right.
People say
Like,
he's
they-
an actual elite coach.
Right, and a lot of people said that they like playing for him.
Yeah, and he can actually coach. So
And
not
he's
just-
someone that's already had to deal
well,
with LeBron.
and he's not just like, oh, LeBron was his coach, so he was good.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
they
no,
said
he
he can actually
actually
right.
coach.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I'd go out and get him, probably, or a younger guy maybe, or someone
Mm-hmm.
that. But I mean, you have LeBron, so it's hard to be like, oh, you can get all these different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and I think it's
so I
nice.
think if you with LeBron, you get Tyler.
Right, and I think it's nice that they already have that.
Yeah, they've worked
relationship
together.
and they won together.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
won
yeah.
together.
Great
actually.
comeback. I mean,
The greatest
you know,
comeback
I mean,
ever.
like,
We'll
That was a
see.
great comeback.
But I mean, it's gonna be tough.
We'll
I mean,
see where they get the lottery pick at too.
Yeah, they could. I mean, they're in the lottery, so I think they're top 10 maybe.
Yeah, they
maybe
gotta
10.
be.
So I mean, they
Around
could
this.
win the lottery. That'd be
They
crazy.
could get a solid pick.
That would be so freaking. I would Illuminati, dude.
Yeah.
Illuminati.
Oh,
man.
absolutely. There's no way.
If they get, what if Zion goes to LA, dude? Oh my god.
That'd be
What
crazy.
if they go?
But
to
but would
LA?
LeBron win it because he's another young
Yes,
player?
he does. LeBron would love to have.
Dude,
Zion.
you'd have to.
One person that he would love to have would be Zion Williams.
I'm
I don't
sure
know,
there's
it's
quite
LeBron.
a few.
LeBron's a star.
LeBron, he's gonna teach.
He would
Zion
still
is
be the
way-
star for sure.
No, but I don't know who's gonna take Magic's job. That's the big thing.
Yeah, I guess then you got to make sure.
I
you
guess
have
they're more
someone.
worried right now of getting a head coach than they are getting.
Which I would be too, because there's just like you got to worry about the team.
Well,
first.
the all signs right now point toward Rob Pelinka probably getting back up
Mhm.
to Magic's job. I don't know. There's reports maybe Kobe, because him and Rob Pelinka are really good friends, like really good friends.
Well, and I saw an interview where Kobe was talking about how much more he is like getting into business and
Well,
like how much.
And
like,
Kobe is a grinder. So
Right.
Kobe will sit down and he'll watch film of this 7'2" dude from Italy. that-
right.
Yeah,
No
he'll
one
know his
knows,
stuff. He'll put in the work. That might be
I think that was the biggest thing with Magic. Magic did not put in the work.
Right.
There, I guess there was meetings where Magic, they had meetings and Magic was off at some community event.
golfing.
Yeah, or stuff like that. Like he was doing stuff like that. So
And-
I don't know.
Well, yeah, and I think it's just whenever Kobe is doing something, he's
He
doing it
goes
110%.
But the other thing with Kobe is, it's like you have LeBron, and it's like Kobe's your boss. You know what I mean? You're
Mhm.
chasing Kobe at this point, kind of, because you're with the Lakers. So you're basically chasing Kobe
Right.
with the Lakers. So I don't know. It's
I
gonna be
mean,
tough.
I think if there's one person on this planet that can put LeBron in his place,
It's Kobe. Oh,
Right.
without a doubt. it's Kobe.
I'd love to see that. Actually, that'd be really neat.
I mean, I bet they're cool with each other or whatever, but like Kobe, like he's just
He
he
ain't
just
gonna get
demands so
bossed
much
around,
respect, like
yeah.
just
Well,
like
and
any
Kobe,
from
and the
anybody.
other thing with Magic was, I think Magic was a little too nice.
Mhm.
Kobe, he does not care.
No.
Well, yeah, probably Magic Johnson probably would be best friends with LeBron. You know what I
and
mean?
Magic wanted to be friends, I think, with everybody.
Right.
He couldn't make them cutthroat decisions like, okay, I
Right.
got to trade this guy, I got to get rid of this guy. And I guess the other thing was Jerry West loved having Magic there because he knew he could work him. Like with that
Right.
jukebox trade, he loved it.
Mhm.
He could work him.
Right.
And the other talk is now is trying to get to big free agent. And I guess Kawhi's favorite player of all time was Kobe.
Mhm.
So, and I heard that the Lakers want to get Kawhi because they have a feeling he's going to the Clippers. So for them, they feel like some
So
people
he's
feel like,
gonna leave Toronto.
oh, without a doubt.
You think
He
so?
wants to go to LA because he's
Really?
from LA.
He wanted
Right,
to be
he's
in
from-
LA
he went to
before
San Diego.
Toronto, yeah.
He wants to be in LA. But yeah, so some people believe that their best chance is to hire Kobe.
Well, I mean, it always seems like this happens where, like, even with Paul George, it was just like LA, and it doesn't.
Well,
sometimes it just doesn't
Paul
happen.
George came out and said if the Pacers would have traded him to anywhere but the Thunder, he'd probably be.
I think that was the biggest thing. I
Right,
think
yeah.
it was where he got traded to. He's probably gonna fall in love with it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and he said that one of the bigger reasons is playing at the Ross anyway. So, of why he stayed in Oklahoma.
Well, and I think if LeBron maybe would have been a little younger, I think he probably would have went to LA. But
Mhm.
Russ is younger than LeBron,
Right.
so you know what I mean. And it's
Mhm.
more an experienced team without a bunch of young guys. If the Lakers didn't have a lot of the young guys, I think they'd be fine.
I think they will be fine.
I think they'll be
they
fine,
get
too.
one or two decent signings. in
Well,
free
I mean,
agency,
you look
they're
at
all
them
right.
and you don't really see a reason as to why they should be struggling. They got
No.
Kuzma, who's
No,
really
I mean
good.
realistically, we all know if LeBron doesn't get hurt, they're probably in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we probably don't
That's
have
exactly
any of
what
these
happened.
conversations,
Right.
other than probably Luke Walton still probably gets fired.
Right.
I feel like that was day one Luke was gonna get fired.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when LeBron got hurt, they were in like fourth place.
That's what I'm saying,
Ever since then,
so-
dude, there was nothing.
I don't know, but the Lakers right now they're dumpster fire.
It's crazy. I love it though. It's good.
terrible.
It's good podcast fuel.
Yeah, it is.
So enough about the Lakers. How about the actual playoffs?
Yeah,
huh?
let's talk about the
Ah,
playoffs.
my
Oh,
how
Thunder
about the
are
Clippers
good.
coming
Oh,
back?
yeah.
That's
down
the biggest story.
31?
That's awesome. Yeah.
To tie the series, a team that no one thought was going to make the playoffs.
Well, I like it because just the night before, I think, or maybe right when the playoffs started, I heard Paul Pierce and Chauncey Billups talking about, I think it was Chauncey, talking about how, Golden State, like, this is going to be a good series, but it's going to be a sweep. It's going to be 4-0. And Paul Pierce was like, they're not going to win the game or whatever. And they come back from the 31, was it?
31.
31 largest deficit. of
And
all
I
time.
want to say it was, what was it, in the fourth quarter or like the third?
Yeah, something like
Second
that.
half, they
Late
scored like
third,
70 points.
Yeah.
Late third.
70 or 85, 85 points maybe in the
Something
second
like
half.
that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like unheard of. And that just shows like I think that they're just one of the just the grimy, just
I
like
think they play
grind.
hard
Pat-
regardless.
Pat Bev
I
and
think-
Lil Will.
And they play hard.
Yeah,
Them and the
exactly.
Nets are the two hardest playing
Right,
teams.
yeah, because they have to.
Well, yeah, and they don't care.
Right,
They
yeah.
don't care. No one believes in them, so like, screw it. And I guess the report was Pat Beverly, after they traded Tobias Harris, he went to management of the Clippers and he goes, "Are we tanking?" And they said, "Absolutely not."
Nice, yeah.
So they want to win.
Right, yeah.
So, I don't know.
I love Pat Bev, and I love him and KD going at it in game one. That was so
Oh, yeah.
cool, dude.
Oh yeah.
And then to hear KD's response in the post game talking about like just nothing but respect for Pat
Yeah.
Bev because he's like I've been playing with him since we were in college.
From Chicago, he's a
Yeah,
grimy guy.
yeah, I love it, dude. That's what basketball's about.
Yeah.
And the NBA gets so much flack for not really having games that matter or like just regular season not really being anything special and kind of boring to watch.
Yeah.
And then come to the playoffs and it's turned on.
Well, the other big news is DeMarcus Cousins is basically out.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
hurt.
To me, though, I think they play better with him off the court than they do on the court.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's a big loss, yeah, but it's like, is it really that big of a loss?
Right.
Dude, the Thunder down 0-2.
Yeah.
That
Blazers
was
turned
tough.
it up
I mean,
last
Paul
night.
George played pretty good last night. Russ didn't.
No, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum.
Dude, those
played
two.
nuts.
I think it's a combination of those two and the Trailblazers not being good in the playoffs years past.
Yeah.
So they're just like, screw it, we're gonna play,
Mhm.
we're gonna play hard. But dude, obviously it's the Thunder. If they cannot turn it around,
I don't see the Thunder winning. The
I don't
series.
think- I don't
It
think
hurts
they
for
can
me to
lose
say
the
I
series.
love the Thunder, but I don't think they're going to come back.
I don't know.
I think they're gonna at least even it up. I don't know, maybe they'll end up losing 4-2 or whatever, but I think they're gonna even it up because I think, especially after last night, there's just I think the problem is just the horrible shooting from 3-point. It's
Yeah,
like
they
bad.
just
And I
shot
think the other
so
thing
bad.
is it where Russ knows that they have to do so much? Does he go into that Russ mode where he does too much?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the first game, he was calmer. You know what I mean? He played
Right.
better. This game, I feel like he was like, I gotta do a lot,
Well, and then the problem is that it's kind of you can't really win a game when you have Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum clicking the entire time.
Dude,
both
Damian
But-
Lillard's defense has been unreal.
Right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you should
block it.
have. It should be 2 versus 2.
Right, exactly. That's what
It should be
and the
Dame Lillard, CJ
that's the problem
McCollum,
is the-
and Russ and Paul George.
That's the problem is that the Thunder, first it was Russell doing well in the first game, Paul George didn't do well, and they flipped it the second game. They're just not clicking like
Yeah.
Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum are, and that's
They go
the
back
issue.
to OKC now,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah, and that's what Damian Lillard said. He said that it doesn't start until we go to OKC.
Well, I think it was big though for them to get a 2.
Yeah,
two
for
and
sure.
two
Right.
right
At
now,
least
yeah.
they're the only team up 2-0, right?
Yeah. After everybody else to go
Well,
up
I
is
mean-
tonight, I think.
The Bucks are gonna.
The Bucks are.
We're not even talking about
Yeah, they'll sweep the Pistons.
Blake Griffin's not even playing,
Celtics will be up 2-0.
I think the other good series is the Rockets.
Yeah, I think Utah.
Utah.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Because
Yeah.
I mean, we look at the Rockets. If they can turn on against Utah, say the Warriors go 6 games to the Clippers. Say they go 6, and then they have to play each other in the next round. I think the Warriors are wounded, and I think the Rockets could win.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love it. I'd love to see
Well,
it.
I mean, if Golden State doesn't get to what if in the finals it was James Harden versus Giannis, head to head, dude?
Well, that's what I was gonna
freaking
say.
sick, dude.
The league MVP James Harden's been tearing it up.
What are you saying? I'm gonna flip this table.
I did.
Oh, calm her down. Simmer down.
Take about 20% off.
Take about 20% off over there.
To make you mad.
Yeah, I was gonna bite your throat out. So.
There's a lot of people that voted for James Harden.
I know they're all morons.
Hey, dude, maybe Giannis will get the chance to prove it.
That'd be pretty cool if they got to go head to head in the finals. And
I don't know.
Hopefully, some of these first round series stay pretty close.
oh, I mean,
the
and-
Magic and the Raptors.
It's not a bad series, yeah.
No, it shouldn't be a good series.
No, not at
It
all.
should
I
not
didn't
be.
even know it was DJ Augustine was like
Yeah,
the
he
guy
tore
for
it
the
up the
Magic.
first
Yeah,
Well, Kyle Lowry scored.
he didn't do very well.
I mean, he's still.
Well, what about freaking Jamal Murray last night?
Yeah,
he
21
tore
in
it
the
up
fourth.
And he didn't. He had 3 points. And there were 3 free throws.
Yeah, he was 0 for 8.
Yeah, and
And then he
then
went 21
literally,
and
I
8
think
for
he
9.
scored. Yeah.
He's
Oh,
basically the
my
reason
God.
they won.
He scored 21 in the fourth, even up the series.
I think the Spurs are going to win that series.
But yeah, isn't that crazy? I think the Nuggets are second.
They're second.
And they're
Second.
playing a 7th seed, and but no one wants to play the Spurs. Like,
and
that's
it's,
insane.
it's
an
a 7
experienced
seeds the
team.
Spurs. You
Right.
don't want,
and that's just like the Trailblazers. They played 6 people the night before the playoffs because I think because they didn't want to play the Thunder, and now they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird how these these lower seed teams are
Don't
kind of
wanna-
afraid of some of these little.
They don't care.
because
Right.
they know that these lower seeded teams got the talent. They just
Mhm.
haven't played like they should
Right.
all year. I mean, the Thunder were like the 3 seed at one point.
Well, I
right?
mean,
then
look,
they were down at the 8th at one point too.
the Thunder I have 2 like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like 2 of like the most like offensively gifted, even deep. Like they're just the most well-rounded 2 the best
Yeah.
players
Yeah.
in the league.
Yeah, for sure. It's dangerous to play. If
Yeah.
they get clicking, nobody's gonna.
Yeah,
play.
I mean, imagine Paul George and Russell just. There's been games when they both had like 40 points.
40
yeah.
point triple doubles. Actually,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that's just a super dangerous.
It's different,
thing that
though.
no
I
one
mean,
can play.
that could be the other thing is the playoffs, more you know what I mean? That could always be the biggest.
Well, Damian Lillard, he is super, like, I don't want to say experienced, but, like, we saw with a huge shot he hit
a few
a couple
years
years ago
Yeah.
with, like, 0.9 seconds left.
Well,
in a
it's one of
deep three.
those where
He's really
they-
underrated in my opinion.
Oh, he's probably the
Well,
most
the reason that I
underrated
don't
shooter.
like when I hear that he's underrated is because everybody knows Damian Lillard's good.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I
nobody
mean?
talks about him.
But we don't talk about him in like
Because
the
the
Russ
Trailblazers,
or, yeah, you know
kind
what
of
I
suck,
mean.
yeah.
Well, they don't suck, but he's
They're
in a
just
small
not-
market.
Right,
not
yeah.
A small market and haven't had the
Well,
postseason
they, and they
success.
haven't gone far.
Well,
yet.
name, like, who's the 3rd best player on that team?
Dude that broke his leg.
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
wanna
you know
look
what I'm
at
Cantor,
saying?
it.
right now it's
saying?
Cantor.
Like, that's why I
But
said
they
they kind
made
of
they
suck.
made
because
a good move by getting Cantor and then Rodney Hood off.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Because Cantor in that first game, when he had 18-18, yeah, he
Mhm.
tore up the Thunder.
Right.
I don't know. It will be fun. I mean, we look at these series though. I mean, they're way better than I thought they were.
Yeah,
gonna be.
there's actually like the Trailblazers Thunder. That's
yeah, that's a really good series.
Utah, Houston, Nuggets, Spurs. Even
That's gonna be. That's
I
gonna be
think
fun.
I think the West is a lot better than the East in this first round. I will say those matchups are a lot better.
Well, I mean, because they have more stars.
The 76ers and the Nets, that's pretty solid.
That's a good series.
Dude, I think
If-
it's gonna.
if-
I think it might go 7 games.
If Vic
Yeah,
was still
but-
on for the Pacers, that series would be
Yeah.
nuts.
Celtics got it all.
Yeah, we'll see.
Come on, we got Bucks second round. We're winning. it all.
We'll see. All right.
That's but the Celtics, they're
clicking.
they're
right now.
dangerous. And Kyrie, dude, I would not want to play
They turned
Kyrie
down
dude,
in the second half.
in the playoffs, dude. I would not want to play him at all.
Nobody.
Nobody wants to play.
No, but the other thing I think will suck with the Bucks are it's like everybody's kind of having maybe some competitive series,
Mhm.
They're gonna play.
and they're playing like I'm not saying the Pistons.
They suck, dude. You can
but
say they
without
suck.
Blake,
They suck.
Yeah,
they're
they
not
suck.
very
they're
good.
not gonna win a
They
game
suck.
without.
Not very good.
I mean, but that's an issue though, is that everyone's having these fight out, like just literally
Yes.
like JR would say, but those backstreet brawls, baby. But they're just gonna probably sweep them, probably blow them out 3 more games
And then
in a
they're gonna
row,
have to sit.
and then they're gonna have to sit, and then they're gonna have to play a team who's been fighting for the
The
last
Celtics.
couple of weeks.
Celtics, no biggie.
Well, who are they playing?
The Pacers.
Pacers, they might sweep them too.
Well,
So
I think the Pacers will win a few games because I mean it's the Celtics. They're gonna lapse.
yeah,
They're gonna lapse, even though it's a playoff.
yeah.
No, but I mean the Bucks. I mean, if the Bucks do sweep, it'll be good though because I feel like I felt like going into the playoffs, they were going to be a little burnout for the regular season because I mean they like tore it up in the regular season. They tried really hard. And normally, if you do that, you're kind of screwed.
Right.
But this could help them.
Well, I mean, did you see the other night where Giannis dunked from the free throw line? Like, literally started walking from the 3-point line. I was like, uh-oh, what's he going to do? And then he jumps from the free... And, like, he was coming down and still dunked. You know what I mean? Like, he got to the peak, started coming down, and it's just, like, 30-foot larm.
And he's not on that.
Larm?
He's not on this poster either. The disrespect.
I'm ripping it down.
The disrespect.
It's ridiculous.
For the
to be honest.
Defensive Player of the Year.
It's pretty ridiculous.
And
Yeah,
the
the
runner
They
up
have
to
John Wall
and
on
the
this
runner
poster.
up to MVP.
Okay, well,
This
John
is-
Wall used
John
to
Wall.
be.
How old is this poster?
That's like this year.
Yeah,
It's this year. Why is John Wall on this thing?
Porzingis is on there.
John
Porzingis
Wall
is
ain't played in
John
like 2
Wall,
years.
dude. Yeah, that means he sucks.
He gets paid like $40 million a year though.
To sit around.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta love it.
John Wall, dude, is he almost a bust?
No, he's been really.
Is he?
good.
See, he said no real fast.
No, absolutely not.
Dude,
He's
I'm not
never.
saying
I wouldn't even.
You
I
can't
wouldn't-
call him a bust because he's had really successful years.
Where?
And like stat wise,
what are we calling All-Star?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'd call an All-Star a successful year.
But like, what? I don't know. We don't have any stats.
I wouldn't. I mean, obviously he's not like a full-on.
I mean,
bust.
you're saying he's a bust. Like, they
What was he?
wasted
The first pick in the draft?
Yeah.
Over.
But-
I
And
don't
he was
even know.
rookie of the year, wasn't
I don't know if he's a.
Well, yeah. So
full-on-
was freaking.
I don't know if he's a full-on bust.
he?
So is
You
Terry
can't just
Evans.
say he's 100% bust. Like, if we had the stats here, it'd show that he
I
wasn't
said,
a bust.
could he be a bust? And that was the question.
If he never plays again, yeah. But
He hasn't had a good season in probably 3 seasons.
and he's been hurt for 2. He hasn't played in 2.
So did Greg Oden got hurt too. So he's not a bust.
Underperformed.
But he
Yes.
underperformed,
I don't know if
yes.
that's
But
gonna
John
be
Wall
bust.
has a lot more play time than Greg Oden ever had.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. That's why Greg Oden can be a bust. But John
Well,
Wall's
Greg Oden
played.
is the biggest bust of all time, and
No.
John Wall
No.
is
Sam
Anthony
Bowie.
Bennett.
Sam
Oh,
Bowie.
Sam Bowie.
He was drafted before Michael.
Wow.
I mean, that's the biggest bust of all
yeah.
time.
Well, didn't Len Bias get drafted that year too? Wasn't he the first pick and then he overdosed?
Akeem was the first pick.
Oh, okay.
And then Sam Bowie. and
And
then
then Michael Jordan.
Bowie's the number. Come on.
Yeah, okay, so the second biggest bust.
Yeah.
is Greg
Yeah,
Oden.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't compare John Wall and Greg Oden because John Wall's played a lot more than Greg Oden.
You can absolutely compare them.
But that's why I'm saying if you're gonna
If you're gonna say someone is a bust for having injuries, and then saying someone isn't a bust because they've been injured,
Okay, I would put John Wall in the Brandon Roy category.
yeah,
If you're going to do injuries.
yeah,
that's fine.
They had good years.
that's what I'm saying. They have
I
good
feel like
numbers.
Brandon Roy had.
I don't.
Better
To
season
me
than
though,
that.
I don't consider Brandon Roy a bust.
No, I
Me
know.
neither. I think he was really good and then got hurt, and that's just.
He
That's
underperformed.
yeah.
Brandon Roy was really good. Like he was definitely better.
But
than
he
John Wall.
underperformed because he got hurt.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the thing is that Brandon Roy had one or two really big injuries.
Yeah.
Like knee injuries.
I think John Wall.
and John Wall just can't
John Wall's big
walk
injuries.
up the staircase.
Yeah.
But he's been hurt every season of like.
Well, and I think the other thing that hurts John Wall is even though when he was healthy, they underperformed with the team that they were.
Yeah.
well, I
Him
mean,
and Bradley Beal.
Bradley. I don't think Bradley Beal has underperformed at all.
No, but I'm saying with
Oh yeah,
when they
yeah.
were healthy,
that team has
they
Yeah, the
underperformed.
team in
That's the
general
thing
has
where I feel like
underperformed.
you can like be like, is he a bust? You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Because they had
Yeah,
good
I mean,
teams.
He puts on.
Let me
like,
look up who else got drafted that year. Keep talking. No, keep talking.
What
I'm
was it,
listening.
2010? Boogie Cousins got there. Boogie Cousins, slightly these past 2 years, you can put him in the John Wall category. He's gotten hurt. That's the other thing. Okay, we'll talk about
But
Boogie.
can we not compare Greg Oden to John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins? Please don't.
No, I
ever
wasn't.
do
No,
that
I was
again.
going to go with DeMarcus Cousins. What about if he goes to the Lakers this year for a discount because he's hurt?
That might be nuts.
That
It would
that
be
could
crazy.
be a big thing.
It would be a big thing.
Because you
I'm
go
gonna be
to
honest. I'm about to go make some food if we're gonna keep talking about this.
Are we not? We're kind of on camera right
Dude,
now.
I'm starving.
Shut up.
Come on, we have like 5 minutes left.
Yeah, God.
Is it
DeMarcus
just-
Cousins, Gordon Hayward, Paul George. Paul George was in that draft.
Okay,
class.
Paul George is the best player. Of the draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was he like 13th?
I'm not
He
gonna
was
argue
the
that.
10th pick.
10th pick.
I'm not arguing that John Wall wasn't the best in the draft because he's not.
No,
I'm
but
just saying he's
I
not
will
a
agree with
bust.
you. You cannot call him a bust, and you cannot put him in Greg Oden. In the
Yeah.
same boat.
No, I am comparing Greg Oden. I compared him to Greg Oden because they both had injuries, and that's why they're not doing very well. I'm not saying that he was on the same level. Of
Yeah,
bust
no,
as
but I'm
Greg
just
Oden.
saying, like when you put those two in the same sentence, it makes it seem like
You said that you can't compare them, and you absolutely can't compare them
and by that I mean you can't put them in the same category.
as the same level of being a bust.
As the same as John Wall is not a bust compared to Greg Oden. If you
Yeah,
compare
okay.
those
Okay,
two,
okay, I like that
I agree
because
with
you
that.
kind of still are saying
But
he's a bust, but he's not that.
The
level.
thing is,
I just don't think. I think when I think it's a bust, I think if they've had
they underwhelmed. Like
maybe
like
they
2
have
years.
one decent season, but they've never had any good seasons. John Wall's had multiple seasons where he proved that he can play. He's just between injuries and whatnot.
yeah. I mean,
It's a good
but
argument.
just looking at that, John Wall was the 4th best player. Would you say Gordon Hayward's better than
No.
John Wall?
Absolutely not.
Gordon Hayward's
Before
pretty
injury.
good. Yeah.
Gordon Hayward
Before
has had
injury.
1 or 2 years above like 18 points per game.
But he got. I don't know. Dude.
He got 1 year where
Well, he's not ball dominant like John Wall is. John Wall has the ball in his
And
hand.
Utah was such a team where they all played together. You know, I don't know.
Right, yeah, that's it. But DeMarcus Cousins in that draft. Gordon Hayward was in that draft.
Paul George.
Paul George was in that draft.
There's other players. Obviously.
Oh no, I never said. John
Wasn't Eric
Wall was the
Bledsoe in
best
that draft?
He might have been.
I think Eric Bledsoe was in that draft.
Yeah, but I
He was
don't
on the
think
same
he's
Kentucky
better than
team.
Westbrook.
No, it's a great argument to see though. There's
Yeah,
John
it
Wall.
is.
Where's John Wall at? I don't know. Isn't he out for next year too?
He's gonna
what
play in
is
like
this?
December.
Oh, so John Wall has had 1 season where he averaged 2 seasons where he averaged over 20 points.
Brandon Roy only had 2,
Brandon Roy played how many seasons?
What, 6?
6 or 7.
He's already over. This is almost his 10th season.
Great argument.
Yeah.
We'll
But
pick
what
this
are
back
his
up.
assists? Like, what are his points normally? Like 17, 18?
What do you have? 2 All-Star
16,
years?
16, 18, 19, 17, 19, 23 is the one. And then
You
19.
can't call that a bust.
Was he a 2-time All-Star?
Let me look.
He probably gets like 6, 7 assists a game.
Let me
Maybe
look.
a 3-time All-Star?
Yeah, he gets quite a few assists. I don't know where. Oh, here we go. I don't know if these stars mean he was the All Star. I'm looking at.
Should be up top there. No. Oh, it normally says it up there.
5-time
5-time
All-Star.
All-Star.
Yeah, that's those
See,
stars mean
please,
he's
you
an All-Star.
guys relax.
It's a fan
on
vote.
my boy.
It's a fan vote.
Those stats aren't bad at all. You can't call him a bust off those
I
stats.
didn't say it's a bust. All right, guys. So, do it for us. Next week on the show, we'll talk about the NFL draft next Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll talk about probably the draft all of next week unless anything else happens.
Yeah, big time.
But that's
Oh,
gonna
man,
have to
we
do
got
it.
some NBA playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to talk about that. But that's going to have to do it for us.